This couldn't happen again. This is that one. This couldn't happen again. This is that one. This couldn't happen again. This is that one.
What does a ghost really look like? Well, I might as well tell you. Come on, let's get out from under the bed.
But you've been afraid that it would not come true.
Welcome. We are back. Another crazy day in the market. FOMC minutes today. And did not disappoint. Tomorrow morning we have GDP numbers. We'll see how those go. But yeah, we're back. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to start off with crypto, then we're going to talk about the overall market. We had some craziness in GameStop and AMC today. Tesla had a nice day, up 5%. BYND was up 13%. Wish was up 10%. Coin was up almost 10%. We've been talking about that name this week. Just a lot going on. So yeah, start off with crypto. Bitcoin is just consolidating. If we go down to the 1 hour, I kind of drew it like this, a little bit of a descending triangle, supports around 28.7k, and then you got that supply line. And as you can see, I've got alerts set up for both the upside and the downside, just waiting for this to break out of its consolidation. It's been in almost a whole entire month, or at least for a couple weeks now. Probably the same thing for Ethereum. Yeah, really nothing different there. The Doge crypto alert, that's still down a little bit, but it got a nice bounce off the lows and a bullish pin bar yesterday, and you're still holding those lows. And as of right now, let's wait for the next tick. There you go. That's a new day for the crypto market. So now everything's flat, and we'll see how these look later on. Speaking of crypto though, if we go over to like Mara and Riot on the 1 hour, and this is going to be a very recurrent theme just for the stream. There's a lot of 1 hour wedges, so just keep that in mind. A lot of 1 hour wedges and a lot of daily bullish engulfing candles from today. But taking a look at Mara, really interesting. You got this 1 hour wedge, same thing for Riot as well. Maybe if Bitcoin can break above the supply line, that could set up nice moves for these two, but we'll see. And that's really it for crypto. Moving over to crude oil, still in its range. Gold, slightly above the 200 MA now. You kind of back tested it somewhat and then bounced, but a bearish engulfing candle today for gold. Silver, a little bit different. No bearish engulfing candle. You did sell off, and if it would have closed here, it would have been a bearish engulfing, but you got a nice bounce into the close. It's still just testing a regain or a reclaim of this support level, this blue zone between 2139 and 22. And the dollar currency index bouncing a little bit up today, very close to a bullish engulfing candle, but it just missed it, and it still has yet to hit that level on the 4 hour. Next support 101.04. We'll see if it ever gets it. You do have some hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour and some potential hidden bullish divergence on the daily, implying an overall continuation in the long term of this long-term uptrend for the dollar currency index. Moving on to the Hang Seng index, nothing there. So very simple across the other markets today. The US 10-year, big drop again. Another bearish engulfing candle we talked about last night, followed up by a doji candle. That was actually a flat day, not a big drop today. The big drop was yesterday. I'd probably just redraw it like this at this point. There's your wedge. You also do have some 4 hour classic bullish divergence, so this might let you get a little bit of a short-term bounce. We'll see. It's also retesting these lows. So on like the 4 hour, give me 1 second. I clear my throat, but on the 4 hour, you kind of are retesting a very key level. You got a wedge, you got divergence. It looks a lot better than the daily does for the first time in a while. So we'll see what happens. And who knows, if you get that short-term reversal on the lower time frames, it could turn into hidden bullish divergence on the daily. So we are seeing the pullback that I was expecting when we were up at 3%. Now, what if this turns into like a bull flag? And now I'm starting to change my opinion a little bit on the US 10-year. It's starting to finally look a little bit more like a healthy pullback, but we'll see what happens. You still need more data, and you still are under this critical 2.78 resistance level. The VIX down a few percent today. It's kind of just been going sideways for the last few days. It's been in this little range between like 28 and 33. It is making lower highs though, and the major support on the VIX here is at 25, and it looks like resistance in the mid-30s. So those are just other markets. Moving on to the stock market. Nice bullish engulfing candle for the S&P today, and across the board you saw those same types of candles. Good. It looks good. You got the bullish engulfing on the daily on the SPY. You got it on the QQQ. You also got a MACD crossover to green on the QQQ. On the Russell 2000, you got a bullish engulfing candle. Same thing on the NASDAQ. And very, very close to being textbook. You missed it, but you pretty much got the same thing on the ARK ETF and so many individual stocks, right? The indices, which are reflecting these hundreds of stocks, are, you know, just representative of a lot of individual stocks that made large bullish engulfing candle moves today, which means you kind of opened flat and then you were able to rally to clear up a lot of yesterday's sell-off. All right, so very, very interesting, and we're getting like higher lows with this. Like, these are the candle patterns and formations that you want to be seeing. I mean, we were talking about this NASDAQ falling wedge. It's starting to look much cleaner than it was like really anywhere else. You're getting these pin bar candles. This is all happening around this gap fill level. I mean, these are the variables that you want to see. You also got a MACD crossover. This is the first time that the daily MACD is green for the NASDAQ since April 6th, okay? In almost 2 months, this is the first day you have positive momentum on the NASDAQ. These are some big technical changes taking place. And even if we go down to lower time frames, let's go over to the 4-hour, the S&P 500, you still want some more confirmation. And again, GDP can just take all of this and throw all of it out the door if it wants to. But let's say it doesn't, and you can maybe back test or just confirm more candles above the supply line. You're breaking out of the channel you've been in since the end of March, beginning of April for the S&P 500. Over to the QQQ, you're still in this descending broadening wedge, but again, you're curling back up. Let's see if this is textbook. You have triple classic bullish divergence on the QQQ as well, if I'm reading that correctly. And then moving on to the Russell on the 4-hour, it's already broken out of its descending broadening wedge. You don't even have to worry about the hidden bearish divergence for right now. I mean, you're really starting to get some nice variables. And as long as GDP doesn't screw all this up, it's looking a lot healthier than a lot of the other bounces. Because if you take a look at what we've done, we didn't just kind of sell off and then just have this dead cat bounce right back up like just really quickly. We actually have been spending at least about a week on a lot of these names just consolidating. I mean, if we just go over to the ARK ETF, you can see it's literally just been consolidating here. It's not like you just went down and then you just shot back up. You went down and then you just started consolidating, okay? It's a much healthier way to start bouncing off lows than what we've been seeing the whole entire year. You're at least getting some sort of consolidation. It's not just like a few days where you can get gains. It's like you're actually holding them for more than a week at this point on a lot of different names. That's what you want to see. Again, I'm not saying this is like the overall bottom for literally everything. It's not. I mean, I can't say for sure it's not, but likely it's not the bottom for everything. But this could at least set up a nice move for a lot of swing trades and just short-term potential in a lot of these names. And then on top of all those formations, you've got 1-hour wedges across the board. You've got it here on the S&P 500. You've got it here on the QQQ. I'm sure you could draw one on the ARK ETF if you wanted to. On the Russell 2000. Remember that triangle that we were talking about last night? Look at this. You got a break and a hook and a go today. So you're really set up going into tomorrow. The only question is, will GDP allow for all this to play out? We'll see. And then just going down to lower time frames, what levels you want to keep an eye on tomorrow? This 178.77 level is very key on the Russell 2000. On the QQQ, it's all about this blue zone between like 293 and 294-ish. I already have my alert set up over there. On the S&P 500, you kind of are testing a breakout of the level already around 398. If we go down to the 5-minute, you can see rejected this level 1, 2, 3, 4 times before breaking out of it today, and then you're still roughly back testing. You kind of close like right at it again. But yeah, I've also got this like upsloping channel drawn on the 5-minute. I think Cheddar Freeze was sharing this in the chat earlier, and you're testing a breakout of this cup and handle in 15 minutes. So those are all your levels on the lower time frames. It looks like you're starting to set up, but we've seen this multiple times and it's failed. So will this be the one that works out? We will see. But it does set up a lot of interesting moves for at least in the last couple of days of the week. And this is what I was saying earlier in the week. I think on Monday night when I was streaming, I was saying first few days might just be like kind of boring, not much going on, just choppy. Everybody's just waiting to see those numbers. But then when we get towards the end of the week, you might get a lot of activity in either direction. And right now I'm leaning towards bull, but again, we got to see what GDP looks like, and there's a lot of other economic data. But that's currently where we're at. It looks okay to me for right now. Hopefully I can say the same thing tomorrow night. We will see. But, you know, apart from just the overall market, you have a lot of individual names popping off. If we head on over to the swings, let's start off with GameStop, okay? GameStop was alerted as a swing last week. I forget which day. All of you for free in the Discord. The Discord link is in the description. Let's go find it real quick. Right over here on May 17th. All right, so pretty much around a week ago. Last Tuesday. All right, GameStop alerted to all of you. It was at 97.50. GameStop is now at 115. It was up 29% today alone. It's pretty much hit the first target. You're a little bit away, but I just marked it green today because we had FOMC coming out. If you're in the Discord, I let you all know this. Since FOMC is coming off, I'm just going to mark it green. So all the other targets are still valid, right? You still don't have much resistance, but just because we have the FOMC and the GDP tomorrow, I just want to, you know, we already had the Fisker swing get screwed over like 1% away or a few percent away from the target. Same thing happened with Lucid. I didn't even want to risk that. 17 is a nice percent gain, especially in a market like this. So I was like, all right, just marking it green right here. But you still have got the, remember last night we were literally talking about how this was back testing the breakout last night on stream. And it was also still showing the potential for hidden bullish divergence. That's now confirmed. this is exactly what we were looking for the past week, and we got it today. All right, so beautiful move for GameStop. Another swing that's also marked green on the sheet is Zoom. It's already hit the target after hours, like Monday night, I think, and then it sold off yesterday in the morning with the market, and it's about to hit the first target for the second time. It basically after hours went up here, hit the target, came all the way back down to the entry, and now it's pretty much going back up to the first target. Almost hit it again today. So yeah, last night again, if you watch the stream, we talked about how this supply line flipped into a demand line. There's your follow through price action and the bullish engulfing candle today for Zoom. Just beautiful stuff there. CLOV was flat today. They did appoint a new CFO, I believe, after hours. Scott Leffler will join Clover in August from Sotera, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Sotera Health, where he currently serves in the same role. So I don't really know anything about him, but I know a lot of you in the CLOV community have been waiting for that for a long time. They had like an interim CFO or something, if I'm not mistaken. On the daily, CLOV really doesn't have any technical change. On the 4 hour, it's kind of still just back testing its breakout. On the 1 hour chart, you've got this potential inverse head and shoulders setting up. If you can just hold 250-ish, this could be very interesting. You've also got some 1 hour hidden bullish divergence, and on lower time frames, you're breaking out of a little bit of a wedge. So I'm keeping a very close eye on CLOV tomorrow. There's no certainty it's going to bounce here, but it's a pretty nice reward to risk because we already know that these are 1 second. This is pretty much the level you want to see it bounce at. So, you know, under here is like, all right, it's failed, but that's really barely under the current price, right? So I like situations where you can quickly know if a setup or a pattern you're watching fails, because there's other setups like maybe like wedges where it takes a long time to tell whether or not it's still forming or whether or not it's failed. With something like this, it's very quick and easy to tell if it's not working out. But there's CLOV for tomorrow. The next swing, QS, up a few percent today. I still want to see us get back above 1130. It was up a few percent today, but I need to see more from this, all right? Hopefully this can reclaim this very critical level from these lows in October of 2020. Fisker, I don't know what to say. I mean, it was up. It was 2-3% away from the target. Then the news came out yesterday with the at the market, I forget the exact term. I don't even know if it's going to show here. At the market equity program. And yeah, I don't know. Like, what do I even say? I think Henrik actually said something on Instagram today. Let's see if I could. Because he left Twitter. But he said, tomorrow morning I'll talk right on Instagram a bit about the pair EV. They are apparently going to be using this 350 million or however they're going to be doing the funding for funding this pair project and other vehicles, what we talked about last night on the stream. Going to be talking about the pair EV, including a new image on target for 2024, starting below $29,900 before incentives. Personal electric automotive revolution, the pair. So, but yeah, the swing, it kind of already played out, but also it's just marked. The rule on the sheet is if it's up over 10%, it falls back down to the entry market or break even. But the variables are still somewhat the same. You actually were able to back test the supply line as a demand line and bounce off it, very similar to what we were just talking about on Zoom. So the variables are similar. I think any high or low above $8 is a good low, obviously. And yeah, this is not technically an active swing on the sheet. I'm just gonna leave these up for the stream because there's still, it's not an actual swing, but like the idea is really not that different. There was something else I was going to say, but yeah, it came down all the way over here, and then even after coming back down, it was marked to break even. It felt like another 7%, so it still was more of an opportunity down there under the entry. But here it is. That's what's happened, and yeah, those are the swings. Let's just move on to some other names in my watch list. BYND was up 13% today. Another one showing this same exact bullish engulfing theme. It's not textbook here, but very, very close. Again, across the board, you've seen these MACDs moving back towards green. Bullish engulfings. We're retesting the lows from 2 weeks ago. We're getting bullish divergence on so many different RSIs. These are really, really interesting variables all happening around the same time. I forgot who tweeted at me on Twitter. I mean, that's where you tweet. Was it BYND or no? It was DraftKings. There's actually this little pennant on DraftKings going into tomorrow. Let me see who tweeted this at me. It was Connor Compact. So yeah, got this little formation going into tomorrow. That's one of my watches. I already have a lot of things charted on like lower time frames for the next couple of days. Moving on my watch list, and again, I'm not saying this is my watch list like I'm putting out a watch list for all of this, shows like what's on my literal TradingView watch list. But Tesla broke out the wedge, Cheddar Freeze crushed it. She shared like this, I think it was a, you can go take a look at it, forget which harmonic it was, I think it was a crab. Yeah, she shared this 1 hour crab like 6 minutes after the open, and it made a very, very big move intraday. It broke out of this wedge, even on like the 15-minute it broke out of a supply line. It pretty much broke out here, went up towards this gap fill, pretty much filled it. And yeah, really big move for Tesla today. What else? What else happened? Wish was up like 10% today. Again, another bullish engulfing, like, you know, somewhat. I keep saying the same thing and I have to zoom in. Like, it's not perfect, but it's just the theme around it. Like, they're very, very close, if not textbook. We can go over to coin now, another one. This is a textbook bullish engulfing. You're watching this range. It's still in the range, but you got a bullish engulfing within it. And that's what I was saying yesterday. You never really confirmed the breakdown. It gave like an intraday move as a breakdown play, but you never really confirmed it back up today. So yeah, that's pretty much the price action from today. GDP tomorrow is going to be deciding a lot. Keep an eye on those 1 hour wedges and just everything. All right, it's going to be an interesting way to end the week. I'm going to keep it short tonight. Just a quick update stream. Thank you for watching the stream. Have a good night. Join the Discord, links in the description. And if you want to join Premium, yeah, 10 win streak currently. In the last 31 alerts, there's only been 5 losses. Again, past results are not always indicative of the future, but we have over 20 winning weeks in a row, or I've put out over 20 winning weeks of option trades in a row that were just net positive in terms of what I marked as potential returns compared to potential losses on the sheet. You can go check that all yourself. You go up to the sign up page. The link to see every single one of the options from like the last 5 months is on that page. But yeah, hopefully you've been enjoying that. If not, hopefully you've been enjoying some of these swings. We've had a couple nice ones. Zoom, GameStop. But yeah, thank you for watching the stream. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the Discord, and peace out.